We're going to change the belt. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the negative side of the battery, just as a precaution, just in case. So when loosening the battery terminal, make sure you put a thumb down on this end so that when you're loosening it like that, you're not putting a bunch of torque on that battery terminal. And then it's just a 10mm nut. Go and disconnect it. Wedging it in there to the side so it's not touching anything. Alright, let's get started. Alright, gonna start taking some covers off. Gonna start with this one. It's got 6 10mm bolts. Pull them out, take the cover off. Alright, so there's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. I want to take this one little one out. Alright, leave all the other bolts in there. And just kind of lift it up and then slide it back to get it off the oil fill cap. Okay, so behind the passenger side front tire, there is a cover right there that we're going to want to take off. And how you do that is, yep, you got 4 bolts under here. You got 2 right there. And then there's supposed to be one right there, but somehow mechanics probably lost it. And then back behind there, that one right there. So these are 10mm bolts. Try not to smack your CV boot there and tear it open, because I want to be changing that. Alright, bolts are out, and then we should just be able to it's kind of hooking on that axle there, so alright, get it up. Alright, it is so crazy. Okay, well, that did it. Alright, so I basically just had to pull from the middle here and bend it and then pop that part down, and I was able to unhook the axle from it. Okay, now I want to take the belt off, and the way you do that is, here's the tensioner. You want to get a wrench, just plug it into there and then push on it, and then that'll bring it down to loosen it. And you can slide it off of one of the pulleys. And you want to make note of the routing of the belt so that if it gets disoriented for you, you can get it back on correctly. So take a picture, draw a diagram, make a video, do whatever you need to do. I also drew out a little diagram of the belt's routing here. Alright, so to get the belt off, got a cheater bar on a 3/8 inch drive. If you have a 3/8 inch drive with a pivot head on it, that would be best, because you kind of have to angle out in order to get past this beam. Okay, and I got it set to tighten, so got it on there. I'm just turning it like that. It's loosening up. Make sure you keep your fingers out of any pinch points when you go to remove it. And just make sure you keep your knuckles free in case it breaks loose from the tensioner, and so you don't punch anything. So I'm going to slip it off with my fingers now. So I just slipped the belt off the alternator there, and something else I ran into is while I was bringing the tensioner back, my cheater bar here is now stuck against the frame there. I can't get it all the way back, so just be aware of that. Okay, so after I slipped the belt off of the alternator there, I'm just going to slip it off the engine and then off the compressor and then off that pulley. And I'm going to hook it at the top there, pull it down through the bottom. Okay, now I'm just going to slip it off there and slide it down there. Okay, so I was able to pull the handle out enough to get the belt around the handle of my cheetah bar. And you also have to get this belt shimmied down between the engine and the pulley there. Just twist it and twist the belt and just kind of slide it up and down, and it'll kind of shimmy its weight out from behind it. There we go. That one's out now.
Alright, so I'm just making a recreation right here of the belt routing with speakers and other things. Alright, so there's also another recreation right there on the piece of paper. Now, I've just shown you how to get the belt onto the tensioner. So let's pretend that's a tensioner, and we just push it up through there so that the tensioner is on the belt, or so that the belt is on the tensioner like this with the grooves on the inside. And then we're going to take the entire belt from the bottom, grab it like this, so it's looped around there with the grooves on the inside. Gonna grab it like this, just shove it up through there, and then loop it over. So it's gonna flip. The grooves are still gonna be on the inside, and we're gonna push it up through there, and then we're gonna loop it onto the pump. And remember, the grooves are on the inside. We're gonna loop it down through to the alternator, and then we're gonna grab it on this other side of the tensioner and grab it like that and pull it through. Pull it down through like this. The grooves are still going to be on the alternator and on the pump, and it's going to go like this. I'm going to pull it down through, then we're going to spread it out. This one's going to go on the engine pulley, and this side is going to go on to the AC compressor pulley.
Alright, now I need to get the belt behind the pulley there.
The belt changes a little narrow.
Let's get it up between the engine and the
car engine
pulley of it there.
Go like
There we go.
sand.
And then shove it up there. I'll lay it over the pulley there. Alright, got it. Now I'm going to go to the top. Alright, now I need to grab this part and put it onto the big pulley up here. It'll be easier to grab from over here. Putting it up around the power steering fluid pump, and then I'll fish it on down across the alternator. There we go. And then I'll have to do some fishing from down below up there. So there's extra to push down. I want to squeeze it together so that goes between the two pulleys there. Put this part around the engine pulley, and this part, it's I'm gonna disconnect it from the alternator. Just wanted it there for.
Can I have a chair?
I'm gonna put it around the compressor pulley. Okay, I got on the compressor pulley, the engine pulley, and it kind of sucked the slack up that goes to the alternator. So now I just need to loosen the tensioner to get around the alternator. That's where I'll stick it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it around the alternator now. Take my wrench off. Make sure that feel around all the pulleys that the belt is actually on there correctly. Make sure it's just make sure that there's no teeth over one. And go up. And that looks good. It's on.